Story time. When I was in kindergarten, after lunch we always had nap times, and after them we always had to do work. My lazy ass never wanted to do work, so I came up with the idea of pretending like I was sleeping after everyone woke up. The teachers always let the kids sleep in, so it worked out perfectly. So then nap time came and put my plan into action. After everyone woke up, I remained on the floor pretending I was sleeping. After about 2 hours of pretending I was sleeping, I actually fell asleep. The next thing I knew was when I woke up I was in the hospital. I didn't know what happened. I sat up and my mom was sitting by my bed. When she saw me awake, she started crying and called for a doctor. Apparently what happened was one of the kids, probably the freckled bitch in my class, leaned back on her chair and fell backwards and fell with a metal chair on my head, and I didn't wake up, so they called 911. And that bitch put me in a coma. I was in a coma for 2 weeks. Hey guys, story time. When I was in kindergarten, I was on the bus sitting next to this mean-ass bitch. I don't remember her name. There was a girl behind us and she kept saying her stomach hurted and that she needed to poop. So me and the girl I was sitting next to, we straight ignored that bitch. So time flew by on the bus, and then I start smelling shit. Like literally disgusting, smelling like dog shit ass poop. So I look under the seat and I see this big ass pile of diarrhea poop. That shit stunk. I couldn't help myself and I kept looking under the seat to look at the poop. The girl next to me kept telling me to stop looking at it. Like, bitch, if you don't shut yo skin tone chicken bone Google Chrome no home flip phone disowned ice cream cone garden gnome extra chromosome metronome dimidome genome full blown monochrome student loan Indiana Jones overgrown Flintstone X and Y hormone friend zone Sylvester Stallone Sierra Leone AutoZone professionally seen silver patron head ass the fuck up, I'll beat your ass. Eventually someone came on the bus and picked up the poop. Other story from when I was in 6th grade at my old Christian school, and it's terrifying and also pretty long. When I was in 6th grade I went to a really strict Christian school and I hated it there so much. The school went from kindergarten to senior year of high school, so basically it was really boring in the middle of class because my teacher was just reading the Bible to us, so I decided to ask to go to the bathroom. Little did I know the horror I'd see, so I walked in and just sat in a stall on my phone not doing anything, and then 2 sophomore girls came into the bathroom and went into the stall next to me. Then I started to hear them make out. I was too scared to go back into class, so I just sat in my stall being extremely quiet. Then they started to do the dirty and eat each other out. They kept moaning and it was really uncomfortable to just hear them having sex in the school's bathroom. Then I accidentally sneezed and they heard me. They stopped doing it and looked over into the stall that I was in. I looked older than I actually was, so they thought I was in 8th grade. They looked at me. They decided to crawl on over into my stall and feel on me and touch my bobs and butt. Keep in mind they were both naked. Still, it felt nice, but I felt extremely uncomfortable. Then they asked if I wanted to join them in doing the dirty. I quickly ran out of the stall and back to class, not saying wanted to join them in doing the dirty. I quickly ran out of the stall and back to class, not saying anything about what happened. My teacher yelled at me for taking so long, but I was too scared to tell her what happened in the bathroom. That experience has scared me so much that I don't go in school bathrooms anymore. Anonymous, DM your stories.
I remember this one time in 6th grade I was at my friend's house and his parents left. So it was just me and him playing Xbox in the living room and his hot-ass sister upstairs doing whatever. So me and my friend were just playing Minecraft. Then we got bored and started watching Netflix. So it was like 2 in the morning and his sister came downstairs and started watching movies with us. So we were all under blankets and stuff, and she was laying on the couch like right next to me and her ass was all up on me under the blanket. So I'm just over here with a huge ass boner and my friend is right next to me on my left. Then friend got tired and falls asleep and it's just me and his sister watching the movie. Then out of nowhere she started wiggling her ass on me. So I was all nervous and didn't know what to do. So I was just acting like nothing was happening. So after like 10
he got up and said that he was gonna sleep in his room, and I was like, okay, you'll just stay down here and sleep on the couch. And he was like okay and went upstairs. So in my head I was like, finally I can enjoy this sloppy mouth in peace. So his sister was still going at it under the blanket. Then once her brother was upstairs I moved the blanket off of her to see, and right when I saw her sucking my ding dong I busted a fat one in her mouth. So then she started smiling and started laying on her belly on the couch. And she was like, can you massage my back? So I was like alright and pulled my pants back up and got like on my knees right behind her ass and started massaging her back. So I was just sitting there massaging her back and out of nowhere she pulls up her skirt and said, "Frug me." Bruh, that was the hottest shit I've ever seen. So like I pulled out my hot dog and right when I stuck data shit in I started bussin' a nutcracker. And at the exact same moment her brother started coming down the stairs and was like, where's my sister? She's not in her room. Then he skipped over to the couch for whatever reason and saw me bustin' a nut in his sis. And his sis
His sister was like, OMG, did you nut in me? And her brother was like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? And just started covering his eyes. So I was still in her, not even paying attention to my friend, and I felt like I was floating. I couldn't even move cause I busted so hard. And my friend just started screaming, telling me to put my pants on. Then I snapped out of it and got off his sister and put my pants on. So his sister stood up and we were all just standing there, and it was getting awkward, and my friend just quietly said, bro, what the hell? And his sister was like, OMG, you nutted in me. So my friend wasn't really mad, he was just weirded out, and his sister was just like, oh my god, and went upstairs to her room. So my friend was still just weirded out, and he was just like, so were you getting sloppy toppy from my sister?
My friend's house for the first time ever, and then I had a sudden urge to take a shit, so I told her I was going to the bathroom, and then when I flushed it the toilet started flowing and I didn't know what to do. So I put all the water into the shower. I feel bad for whoever had a shower next. Anonymous, DM your stories.
One time in 3rd grade, I was sitting all alone in my schoolyard when all of a sudden my ex-best friend came up to me. Let's call her Pickle Dickle. So when Pickle Dickle came up to me, she was complaining that I stole her One Direction lunchbox. Like, what the fuck, I don't listen to One Direction. Anyways, she wanted to fight. I was so scared because when me and her were best friends, she was always talking about how strong she was. I said I didn't steal her lunchbox and someone else probably took it. She thought I was lying and slapped me across the face. I stood up and punched her in the face and she ran away crying. Anyways, we went back into the school and she found her One Direction lunchbox sitting on the teacher's shelf. Dumbass hoe, I already told you, but you didn't.
My most embarrassing moment was definitely the time I accidentally texted my choir teacher, I love you babe, instead of my boyfriend. But it gets worse. Upon not receiving an answer, I continued to text my teacher all weekend, asking if he was mad at me, if he was busy over the weekend, and not to mention all kinds of mushy, lovey-dovey teenager stuff. Finally on Monday morning, I realized who I had actually been texting. I walked into the classroom, my face burning with embarrassment, and my teacher told me she wasn't mad at me, and that she loved me too. Babe.
Okay, so back in 2017, I had the most interesting Uber ride. My driver asked me 3 questions, and to this day, I can't forget about them, and now I ask new people I meet these 3 questions, so I thought that I would share it with you. First thing he asked me is to think of my favorite color and 3 words to describe that color. Second, he asked me to think of my favorite animal and 3 words to describe that animal. Then he asked me what my favorite form of water was, and I was like, what? And he was like, like ocean, rain, and 3 words to describe that. I'm sitting in the back of my Uber like, oh my gosh, like, what is this guy doing? Why is he asking me these questions? But then it made sense. He goes, okay, think of your answers. Your favorite color is how you see yourself. Favorite animal is how others see you. And your favorite form of water is how you view love.